you had the tools to create your own discipleship path? Where do you begin? With Jesus, of course. Simply ask Him, Lord, what are you saying to me right now? What do you want to do in me at this time in my life? You may need to quiet yourself for a moment or two to hear the stirring going on inside your heart. Is it a nudge to go deeper, deeper in Jesus, to strengthen the foundation of your faith? That's what happened to Nicodemus. At just the right moment, Jesus summoned Nicodemus to walk on the foundation track, and he was a Bible scholar. Does God want to solidify the foundation of your faith at this time in your life? Maybe something else is stirring in your heart. You feel a yearning to change so you can grow closer in community. That's what happened to the Samaritan woman. At just the right moment, Jesus called her to walk on the transformation track. She needed healing. Does God want to saturate you in His grace so you can mature and grow closer in community? Or perhaps the Lord is moving you in another direction. You want to be a blessing. You're ready to serve. That's what happened to Peter. At just the right moment, Jesus called Peter onto the endurance track to go wider in kingdom work. Although Jesus personalizes our discipleship, He does not want us to walk alone. We're part of a diverse team with different gifts and positions, so to speak. But what makes the church different than sports teams is that God has called us to coach each other. Coach each other? How? The Trinity offers disciples a model for being in relationship with one another. Achieving this Trinitarian sense of community occurs in coaching triads. Just by adding a third person, says Greg Ogden, it's as if the Holy Spirit is present to us in a way that is life-giving and transforming and lays the foundation for multiplication. We find many examples of the power of three in the Bible. The older, married Peter formed a triad with two younger, single brothers named James and John. We see another triad emerge in the Gospels. Two older moms, Mary, the mother of Jesus, and Salome, formed a triad with a single woman named Mary Magdalene. Paul was in his 50s when his first triad formed with Ananias and Barnabas. He formed another triad with Barnabas and Mark, and yet another one with Silas and Timothy. For several years, Barnabas and Peter formed a coaching triad with Mark. And a married couple, Priscilla and Aquila, formed a triad with Apollos. All these triads included people from different callings and stages of life. Coaching triads ignite conversations to help us create our own roadmap and engage the Lord more deeply. Triads ask each other, how will you listen to the Lord? What is your pathway into biblical truth along the way? Who will you talk to gain wisdom? What new adventures will you take on to stimulate growth? Triads create a side-by-side mutual team approach to discipleship. Rather than a one-on-one ping-pong dialogue, triads bring a dynamic interchange because of the synergy of multiple spiritual gifts. Coaching triads take turns sharing their roadmap designs. They encourage active listening, not to provide answers or to fix things, but to cheer the Spirit's leading of one another. They only interrupt to ask insightful, open-ended discovery questions to bring clarity and spark deeper strategic reflections. You may need to remind each other when to remain silent and when to celebrate. God's Spirit is already at work in us individually, so coaching triads trust the Holy Spirit to reveal, confirm, comfort, and lead the way. They pray for each other in faith, believing that God is well able to take them above and beyond all their plans. After all, our plan is His plan. So let's follow him together.